Hi, I'm Ashley Appap.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
A. Great.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello! We are here again. Yeah, we're here again.
Do you love it?
Yes, we love it. Yeah, we love doing this show.
Kisses, bitches.
Kisses,
A.
bitches. Welcome to another fucked episode of Call Another. Hayley, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you, Ash?
So good. I'm so happy.
Wow. Soy good.
Soy good.
I think
We're just going to rip right into this one.
it's just too exciting.
Okay, everyone. Season 2. If you don't know the Pretty Little Liars podcast, I guess the show has an intro that explains
It has an
that.
intro,
What
thank
am I
God.
doing? I feel like I'm in manic energy for some reason. Okay. Turn of the Shoe. Great name.
Great
Season
name.
4, episode 2. This episode was written by Oliver Goldstick.
Oh, we love.
Directed by Joanna Kearns. Came out on June 18th, 2013.
Okay.
Happy birthday to all the June 18th babies out there.
That is my nephew's birthday. My nephew Basil.
Happy birthday, Bazzy.
He's so cute.
He's a little angel.
He's a little
Also,
angel.
happy birthday to fellow June 18th babies, Paul McCartney, Blake Shelton,
Ooh.
Keith Habsburger from the Try Guys, Scooter Braun. Interesting.
Look at how my tears ricochet. I was listening to that this morning.
Ooh.
I love that song.
Willa Holland, Gossip Girl
Mm.
icon. I just stopped breathing.
Like Ali.
Oh,
In this
God.
app.
And that's everyone that the famous birthdays website has for that day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Hayley, what do you think the number one song was on June 18th, 2013?
All right, so we got Can't Hold Us, I assume.
Last week, the song that was correct was Can't Hold Us. The 3 songs that we have, you're correct. One is Can't Hold Us by The Boys. I'm just going to say by The Boys.
By the boys.
Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke featuring T.I. and Pharrell. Or Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood.
I'm going to go, my rule of thumb is to always, if something's number one week, do it again. So I'm just going to stick with Can't Hold Us.
The Ceiling or The City?
Both.
If you listen to the last episode, you know that ref. Hayley, guess what?
What?
You fucked it.
No! Is it
Fucked
Blurred
it.
Lines?
It's Blurred Lines.
Oh, I felt it. I was like, Blurred Lines has to come in at some point. It was such a big song.
It was a huge song.
Well,
Rip.
fuck.
Before we get into what the 12-year-olds have to say about this episode, who wrote the Wikisode. Oh, I keep saying Wikisode.
I like that.
Okay. The episode descriptions on Wikipedia. Hayley, what does Australian streaming service Stan have to say?
Australian streaming service Stan says, a drastic move from A could have dire circumstances.
Ooh, that kind of doesn't make sense.
Either like they
Consequences?
flopped or like it should be consequences, but I feel like I wrote down what I saw. Who knows? But
Well,
I don't know.
we're all just doing
Could
our
have
best.
dire gives ChatGPT. It gives.
It's giving AI.
It's giving AI. A
Oh,
and I. But a drastic move from A really has dire consequences and circumstances every
absolutely.
bloody episode.
They should rename the show A and I, like the King and I.
the A and I.
The A and I. Title of ep so quick, potentially.
Maybe.
So the 12-year-olds have this to say. When Mona takes the other PLLs, once again referring to them as the PLLs,
I don't know what this era is for the 12-year-olds.
but
I don't like it.
they've always been the girls. What?
They're the girls.
Interesting. When Mona takes the other PLLs to the A van, it is missing. As Mona returns to her car, she is nearly choked to death by a masked figure dressed in black. When Aria and Emily come to her rescue, the masked figure turns around and nearly runs over the 3 girls. Emily falls and hits her shoulder on a rock. Hannah is suspicious of Ashley's trip to New York when she finds high heels soiled in mud under the sink. Mona learns that the police have found high-heeled prints at the scene of Wilden's murder, making Hannah suspicious of Ashley's whereabouts. Ooh. Aria takes a private martial arts lesson where she kisses her instructor, Jake.
Oh my God, Aria. Hot.
Loose lips. Because she can't stop kissing.
Sink pants.
Loose lips, sink dicks.
Sink dicks. Yeah, great.
Jessica takes Alison's
Title of it,
parrot.
maybe.
Title of it.
Maybe.
Title of it, maybe. Jessica takes Alison's parrot, Tippy, to Hannah. Spencer discovers that Tippy is reciting a phone number. The girls try to call it, resulting in a dead end. Returning to Tippy for more clues, the girls find that Tippy has been stolen. Shana warns Emily that she is gunning for the last spot at Stanford also. Emily self-medicates on painkillers, causing her to smash her head on the side of the pool in an important swim meet. This was PTSD. This was scary. I hated this.
Yeah.
Turberky, as we call him. Toby tells Spencer that he returned the A van back to A in exchange for medical documents outlining his mother's status on the night of her alleged suicide. A ending. A feeds dinner to a caged Tippy as Tippy continues to speak in Alison's voice.
A feeds Tippy like a bird.
A bird. Like cooked chicken or something.
I didn't.
We are in our I'm very happy we're in the TIPPI era.
I love the TIPPI era. I was like, oh my
TIPPI
God.
time. The first thing I've written down is someone quotes a quote by one of the characters. Speaking of freaks, where's your
Melissa?
sister?
Oh, I think it's yes.
It might be. I might have paraphrased,
but I think it was speaking of freaks. Where's your sister? And it made me go ha. No one Hannah says that.
Of course.
They're at the girls are at the brew. They're debriefing about the funeral. Speaking of freaks, where's your sister? And then no one tells her. No one goes like Hannah. Like, you know what I mean? Usually they go. Spencer says nothing, and Emily just goes Spencer. And I'm like, that's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's true because she's.
It's true. She's a freak.
She's a freak. And then she says she is somewhere or something, and then Hannah also then goes, with who? Satan. Love it.
Also, okay, so they're at the brew. Spencer is wasting perfectly good fries or chips and mozzarella sticks. And it hurts me deeply. It is diet house behavior.
But also, as someone who loves The Sims, you know, she's making a structural visual reference of the lodge so that they can get a pen.
Get a pen and paper.
Yeah, she's
making this economy.
She's making basically a historical reenactment of the lodge pre-burn with chippies.
I could not let her do this.
I hope someone will eat those chips. I don't think they will, unfortunately.
No, because they've been on table.
They've been on table.
They've been on table.
When chip on table, chip no eaten. Chip in bin.
And Hannah keeps being like, I want my mozzarella stick. I'm like, get your mozzarella stick.
Give it back to her, Spencer.
Yum.
The girls think basically that Mona planted Ashley Marin's phone in dead Wilden's pocket and that she is still very much A. And she's like, no, guys, I'm one of you guys. Like, why won't you believe me? And they're like, oh, maybe because you tortured us for years.
Yeah.
And like tried to drive us off a cliff, tried to run me over, tried to do X, Y, and Z. And she's like, no, I'll show you. I'll take you to the RV. RV's gone, babe.
Babe, it's not there.
No more RV.
So they go, it's not there. And then they're all like, fuck you, Mona, essentially.
Yeah.
And as they're, so I think
it's nighttime.
Hannah and Spencer get in a car.
Yes.
And leave. And then Emily and Aria, I think, hang back. I don't know, to just like watch her.
I think because
I
think Aria's like, no, let's wait till she gets in her car so we can follow her to see where she's going. Because there's no way we can trust her or believe her.
And it's a good thing they did.
Yeah.
Because Mona gets in her car, and then a baby doll mask. I hate this mask. Tries to like choke her out. Yeah.
And then she like gets an elbow in and whacks him out of the way and fumbles out of her car and falls out the car. And the girls are like, Mona, and run to her rescue and lift her up. And then A fucking swerves back around like, this is Simpsons Hit and Run.
As is PLL law, I feel like the amount of times A like does that fake out like I'm going to hit you and then I'm not hitting you. Every episode. Not Pokemon.
No. Last episode we went on a bit of a Pokemon stint.
Because I kept nearly writing like, just for shorthand, I'm like, Emily and Ari rescue her. I'm like, I don't know, Mona kind of rescues herself. And then they're there to like help her. But I'm like,
well, I mean, she's kind of lying on the floor in the street because she fell out.
Yeah.
A could have just run her over while she was there. So they do yank her off the floor. And the three of them are kind of like huddled together, still finding their balance. And then A drives towards them. They all jump out of the way and like fling each other out of the way. Or Emily, I think, scoops both of the others up and pulls them out of the way.
Because she's strong, not weak.
But not for long because she whacks her shoulder.
Youch.
On a huge rock and it hurts a lot. And that is good acting from Shay Mitchell right there. It looks,
every episode she gets better.
She gets better every episode.
Truly, her and Keegan Allen get better every episode. Especially Keegan in this episode, I think, has a moment that made me sad.
Yeah, me too. My next note just says, Ashley Benson was born for a peach lip.
Yes, I think, I didn't write that down, but I think I know exactly what you're saying. Ashley Benson looks great in this episode.
Absolutely.
Ashley is home. Ashley Marin, the mum.
The mum.
The mum.
Remember, there's three Ashleys. Ashley Marin, Ashley Benson, and of course me, Ashley Appap.
Which one's your favourite? Ashley Appap. Hopefully.
It's okay if it's not.
Honestly, they're all great. Ashley Marin, you know.
She's the hottest one, of course.
At this point, I say I can't believe how long this big conference has felt.
Yeah, the conference.
Like in a way where I was like, oh yeah, because she's working in New York now. Like she got that. I'm like, no. It's still that time. Like not much time has passed.
No, it's been like a day.
And I do, okay, because I have a trivia like that I'm not saving for like trivia at the end. I just wrote it down, but it's later in my notes. But okay, I just found it. From BuzzFeed from a while ago. It's like the Halloween episode of season 3 took place on October 31. Then the season 5A finale is on Thanksgiving, while the Liars are still in their senior year, and there's also a Christmas. That doesn't really matter. But everything from the night of the lodge fire to something else all takes place in 1 month.
Yes, and one of our wonderful listeners sent us that piece of information a while ago.
Oh,
and I think we said it on a podcast. It would have now been months ago. But we are aware that this is that period of time that is so short.
Every 3 episodes, I need to be reminded.
Yes, it's very short.
Which I like. I just forget.
Yes.
Which is why it's such a bingeable show. Okay.
Oh, God, it's good.
Apologies to the listeners who have to keep reminding me of that.
And thank you.
And thank you.
Then Ash Marin is back and she's being sus, I think.
Yeah.
And then Hannah gives her phone back and she's like, oh, where'd you find this? She's like, oh, someone put in the mailbox. She's like, oh, I must have left it at the hotel lobby. Interesting. And then a Pink song plays in the background. And I don't remember what the Pink song was. I didn't know it. But I knew it was Pink. I knew it was Alicia Moore's voice, okay? Wow. The acrobatics. I knew it was her.
The silk thingy.
Silks. And I was like, this show is a Pink stan show.
It is. I have a quote. What? I have a quote from Ashley that was, I think, because Hannah's like, do you murder him? Pretty much. Or maybe that's not now, but it's like,
later, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's sort of like, wow, he's dead. Crazy. And Ashley says, I think Wilden had more enemies than friends. And I think one of those people decided to do us all a favor.
And I agree. That's probably what happened.
That's truly incredible.
Yeah, so when the Pink song is playing, it's a sad Pink song, and it's as Spencer opens, a rejection letter from UPenn.
The song is called The Great Escape by Pink.
Yes.
I just found it on the wiki.
Also, my dear, one of my best friends in the world, Kelsey Duvachel, icon, is listening and informed me that UPenn is like an Ivy League level state school.
Yes.
So it's not, I think there was some other school that we thought it was that we were referring to, and we were talking about why does she want to go to Penn? Is it just Penn State or is it UPenn? Because they're two different schools. It's UPenn.
Yes. So. And I think for me, yeah, because I think some listeners, like I was talking about this with some people in the DMs, but I think it's because it's not like as an Australian who we only know our shit from like all this like Ivy League stuff from movies and TV shows. Yeah. It's like it's like Brown, Harvard, Yale, Stanford,
Duke.
I
don't know. I'm just saying things.
Columbia. Yeah. And a few more, but like and then like UPenn, I did not know as well.
MIT,
MIV,
MIU, XYZ, etc. Then Hannah goes rogue as she sees Shauna at Lucky Leon's. Lucky Leon's is back.
And before she sees
Shauna.
Shauna, are you sure they're just at the brew? Because I think the brew is now just like
It's an outdoor. It's like I think maybe they're
the brew
leaving
has
the
outdoor
brew.
seating.
I think they're leaving the brew and she's sitting out the front of Lucky Leon's. It doesn't look like the front of the brew.
I hope Lucky Leon's is still around. We have to support small business
I
in
know.
Rosewood. But just before they see Shana, Hannah, I did write Hannah and Aria. It is just Hannah. It's absolutely just screaming A theories at the top of her lungs in the middle of Rosewood Main Street.
Incredible.
And then, yes, they see Shana.
And then she's like, Shauna, whatever, we know that you helped move Wilden's body, blah, blah, blah. She basically reveals that.
Very
Which is such a
aggressively.
stupid thing to do.
It's
but
very
also,
Hannah.
It is Hannah.
It's her toxic trait.
It is. Then we see Paige showing
Paige
Emily her Sims version, basically, of her dorm
Like
room.
a render.
Like a
of
professional,
their
like
potential dorm room, and they're in the computer lab.
360 render. It's crazy. And Emily is being very vague about her hurt shoulder because Paige hugs her and she's like,
She's like, ooh. And Paige is like, what's up? She's like, nothing.
I slept bad.
It's like
that.
You nearly came.
You
from
nearly
pain.
came hard. Then
Shum.
next, Shum.
Oh, and Emily's, so yeah, she's injured and Paige is like, but you have to swim tomorrow because I think the Stanford coach is coming.
Yes.
So there's one place on the team. My next note is Toberky be sus.
I literally wrote Toberky be sus as fuck.
Oh my God. That's great.
That's crazy.
Toberky be sus.
Toberky be sus
As fuck.
as fuck.
And then I wrote nothing else on that.
That's all it was, really. I didn't write anything else on that either. He was being sus.
Where was it?
I think with Spencer,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that we're both like, Toberky be sus.
Toberky be sus.
Then
We're happy he's here.
We're just glad Keegan Allen's around.
Absolutely. Then we're in the classroom. Spencer breaks down to Flopsera.
And just Ezra is fully teaching Aria.
Yeah, he's just fully her English
That's
teacher now.
not allowed. That's literally
Illegal.
not allowed. I wish he was arrested. Anyway, all the students leave. She stays behind. She confides in him that she didn't get into UPenn. He offers to help her over the weekend.
Sir,
Get arrested.
get arrested.
It is sweet. It's him being sweet. I will say it's like, I'm like, keep it to school hours, but it is him being nice.
Ugh. It is, but then in a conversation where they're talking about why Ashley I can't remember why Ashley Marin would be cleaning her Manolos with a
So
toothbrush.
Emily and Hannah are on the phone to each other.
That's right, and they're talking about Emily swimming.
Yes, Emily's, and there's a few conversations like this in this episode where all the girls are very consumed in their own storyline, which is very real. So I like that. Emily's taking pills. Emily's taking pills, pretty much. Just like looking at all the painkillers in the cupboard. And then Aria is on the phone and she finds a Hessian sack with her mum's Manolos covered in mud. And she's like, I think my mum tried to clean Manolos with a toothbrush. And Emily's brushing her off, I think. And they're just distracted, I think.
It's giving me Caleb's beanie dunk vibes.
Oh,
having those shoes near that sink.
They've always got clothes in the sink.
Clothes in the sink. That's what these girls do. Also, Hannah says, I spent 2 summers at Fat Camp swimming in a parka. I don't know the context of that, but I wrote, Jesus.
Was it about like covering up the bruise?
I think so, yeah. The
'Cause I
concept
do remember.
of Fat Camp, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
This was only like a decade ago, and it was so
Is it like,
fucked up.
I know I could Google it, but I was like, is it a fully real thing or is it like a
Absolutely.
thing from, right?
No, it must be a
'Cause
real
I-
thing.
Yeah.
It must be. It's fucked.
Is it called other things like
I'm sure
like
it is called other
wilderness or
things.
fitness? Hit us up if you know anything about and you
that.
want to talk about it, but just like
Yeah.
genuinely like
So
what?
bizarre to us. We also don't have summer camp culture in Australia,
No.
so it's a different thing. Beauty standards are terrifying, and everyone out there, you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Emily takes painkillers.
Oh my God.
Spaghetti-O.
A classic younger, like teen show storyline.
Gotta swim, take some drugs.
Take some drugs.
Now I've written fucking hell, we're in the Jake karate era.
Arya goes to Holden's karate school, I guess.
Dojo. His Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mojo Dojo. And a hot man named Jake greets her and she's like, teach me self-defense or teach me karate.
Teach me how to karate. Teach me karate.
Teach me how to Dougie. Do you say that to Dougie?
I never say it to
Ever?
him, but the other day we were watching the basketball, go Dubs, and they were playing in the background and I was like, they're saying your name. And he was like, yeah.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Teach me how to Dougie. Shout out. Got to get him on the pod.
When he comes on the pod, he's not going to hear the end of that from me.
Nor should he. Next, a quote from Hannah, and I think this is my favourite quote of the episode.
Is it?
The last book I finished was The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
That is so gorgeous. Like,
adorable.
it's so funny. The quote I actually wrote, that's the funnier one, but for some reason, like, Ashley walks in and she goes, Mum, did you leave your Manolos in a bag under the sink? And I found that very funny.
I found it funny, but also I feel like when you're a kid and your parent walks in, you have something you need to ask them, you do just blurt it out.
Yeah.
So
I love Manolos in a bag under the sink.
important.
I also love she was Manolos.
Is it Milano?
Blahnik. Yes.
I know shoes. Absolutely don't.
I've seen Sex in the City.
All I wear is whatever supports these goddamn ankles, baby.
I'm wearing Birkenstocks right now.
I'm wearing Merrell's. Okay. Then Hannah arrives at the Hastings house in another iconic pair of pants.
De Laurentiis house?
Oh. No, she's going to the Hastings house. She's looking for Spencer.
And she...
And Jessica hears her and like calls her over. And she's wearing, in the last episode, she was wearing the iconic American Apparel red shiny pants. This is the iconic American Apparel black fake leather.
A lot of leggings. A lot of leggings for Ashley Benson in her wig era.
Wigs, leggings, she's got it all down.
And we meet Tippy the bird.
Jessica calls her over and she's like, you come meet this fucking cunt that won't shut up.
And we're like, thank you, Jessica.
Tippy!
It's Tippy, bitch. It's Tippy, bitch. Also, it's so
Tippy,
funny
bitch.
because I think it goes like, miss me? And Hannah, full earnest, goes, sounds so much like Allie. Which is true, but it's so funny
It's
for this like
crazy.
fucking hectic bird being like, miss me. She's like, oh my God.
Oh.
Sounds like Allie.
It sounds like Allie.
Made me laugh. It made me laugh.
Miss me. And we find out in the scene that Alison shared a room with Tippy when she was in Georgia with her grandmother, which is crazy.
Tippy's a lot, and I'm so glad Tippy's here.
I love it. I love it so
I love
much.
like Allie sharing a room with Tippy.
And then we find out from Jessica, she says, don't worry. I don't think she taught her hefty Hannah to Hannah. Jesus
Demon
Christ.
woman.
Demon woman.
Demon woman who I love.
We love her. TIPPI ERA, we're very happy. Then Ezra basically is helping Spencer, I believe, at the brew? No, at her house.
At school.
At school.
So I appreciate that. I think it is the weekend, but they are in a classroom, I think.
Thank God.
And Ezra, they're going over her like personal essay, which I
She's
always
written
find
about,
very fascinating.
Yeah, and she's written about her time in Radley and getting out of Radley. And he's
And,
basically...
I think everything of like Allie being murdered up until Radley.
Yeah.
And he is like, I love it. It's a little bit much.
Fuck you.
You can leave some things.
Fuck you, Ezra. And then, yeah.
I'm not going to, I thought he was, I think I wrote, and he right, TBH.
And he right, TBH.
More like, I was like,
He is right, but also fuck you, Ezra, you know?
oh, always fuck you, Ezra.
Because he's like, we think you look crazy.
Yes.
And she's like, should I? My whole, I've been having to like keep.
He's like, you haven't had a normal whatever year. I nearly said childhood, but he wouldn't say that.
No, because he thinks.
But she hasn't had a normal childhood.
No, she hasn't. Then we cut to the dojo, and it's basically the pottery scene from Ghost, but with fighting, where Jake is like getting behind Iron Man.
It would be so uncomfortable if you both weren't attracted to each other.
But they obviously are.
They
So
are,
they're
because
hot.
it is PLL rule. Two attractive people in a room.
Gonna fuck. Maybe.
They got to kiss.
They got to kiss later, I think. Then we're back to Mrs. D and Hannah, and then Hannah basically it just cuts to Hannah being like, were you there when they found Alison's body? Like, she's like, what was left of her? Well,
Jessica goes, sorry, you can keep going.
she basically says, that yellow top. Seeing that yellow top was enough.
Yeah, the yellow blouse was enough, Hannah. And I'm like, Jessica's so savage. And then
We get a flashback.
because I thought I didn't think we were going to get a flashback. So I'm like, that's so funny. What a great detail. But then we do go to a flashback. They are at Lucky
Yes.
Leon's or something having lunch. And she's like, you got to take my word. That top was too revealing.
Talking about the yellow top.
Which is not that revealing. I
Not
guess she's like
really.
young.
It's got a bit of cleave.
Also, it literally is like puffy. It like gives you no shape.
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyway.
know. I reckon, yeah. And then basically the context of the scene is that Alison's trying to beg her to like, let me go to Cape May.
Yeah,
like,
with all my girlfriends.
with all the girls. I've asked all the girls already. They're going to come. Like, just let us have a few days at Cape May. And she goes, we really need this. The group is falling apart and summer's almost over. Fuck off, Alison.
Summer is so important in this show.
It really is.
Also, she says Jason stares at Hannah's tits all the time.
Jason's tits and trauma.
Jason sits in trauma, one of my
Callback.
favorite episode titles.
Absolutely.
But I was like, that's random.
It is random.
Al-
And then Alison basically, like a 5-year-old, and we find out later that she's been perfecting this move since she was 5, holds her breath until she gets what she wants. It's so fucked. It's so fucked.
like Jessica is no walk in the park, but
No.
at this point, you feel bad for the diva. At this point, I feel bad for the diva.
Feel bad for the diva because of the doll.
She seemed, yeah, exactly.
Okay?
You feel bad for the diva because of the doll. She did create the doll.
But you feel bad for the
The
diva.
breath thing's fucked.
It's so fucked.
Oh.
Then we're back to Tippy Corner. Tippy starts to sing Megan the song.
And Hannah says to Jessica that Ali never invited her to Cape May.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess is like, well, that makes sense. She was always hanging around like older people anyway.
Based
And
off the
then-
beer bottles that I found there.
Yeah. And then
Probably
yes, she
some
takes
boys.
Tippy.
And then she says to Hannah, you know anyone that wants a bird? I have enough voices in my head.
Icon. The diva herself.
The diva down.
She's so like, I've been through the wars.
You want a bird?
I'm going to have a Chablis.
Ooh, yeah, she does. I don't even know what that is.
Because Ali's like, what, you're going to drink again?
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Like, oh God, that scene was insane. It was like Days of Our Lives vibes.
Days of Our Lives vibes.
Days of Our Lives vibes.
It's not easy to say. Try it at home.
If you don't have any more notes on that scene, I would like to move to the next one.
Aria kissed Jake.
Aria kiss. I wrote Jason.
I mean, that
I
also
did-
has happened, hasn't it?
Yes.
This show.
At this point,
The amount of lips that have
definitely like. I constantly like nearly kept writing down Jason because it felt like a similar plot, like Aria and Jason, Aria and Jake.
Yeah.
Jake is so much hotter than Ezra, and
Yeah.
Ian Harding, gorgy,
Beauty.
Oh, he's gorgy man. Jake's hot as fuck.
Jake's
He-
HAF, hot as fuck.
HAF.
Half.
His name is Ryan Guzman, and he reminds me of Theo James.
Yes, I see it.
And then I
see it.
looked that up, and I'm not alone. You see it, like there was heaps of comparisons.
That makes sense.
Because I was like, this guy's hot, and I'm like, oh, Theo. Yeah, okay,
I
got
can't.
it.
Then Aria post kiss is walking down the goddamn town square.
And she's mortified, is what she kisses him, and she's like, oh my god, and
What
like
about that?
runs.
And she sees Mona talking to a police officer, and she just drives past, and then just smart girl. She goes, Mona, hurry up, we need to go, as if she was picking her up when she was not.
Yeah.
Aria's, and she like yells at her to get in the car. Mona's like, if you just let me keep going, you would have heard. I would have got more hot scoops because I overheard
No.
one of the cops saying that they found footprints where Wilden was killed or found. I can't remember found. I think with high heels. Ooh.
It's a crazy thing for a police person to
Be saying on the
disclose
streets.
to a teenager.
Well, I think maybe it was that she didn't hear. She was overhearing the conversations of the other guys.
Oh, fair. Then that's okay.
Because Mona hears all.
Well, then everyone talks about everything on the streets, so that's okay. And Rosewood, and only Rosewood.
I know they're Rosewood. Speaking of everyone, Toberky reveals to Spencer that he took the RV, and he gives Spencer the transcript from Radley, from his mum's doctor at Radley, from the night that she killed herself. Sorry.
This is sad.
And it's sad. And it
Yeah.
basically says, we don't hear yet what happened.
But I think we can
just say that now.
Yeah.
Basically, Toberky mama love him.
Yes.
First, most important thing. She loved him. And he cry. This is
And that like it
cry.
says that like she was like wanted to see her family and her son.
She was saying all these lovely things
Yeah.
like she's really proud of herself. She feels like she's
Hopeful
and
stuff.
like looking forward to getting out and like being and so great, wants to tell her son how grateful she was to him for being patient and that his love has like sustained her. She can't wait to like, she's missed out on so much. She can't wait to like be with him and give him that love back.
And he says to Spencer like, this doesn't sound like someone who would want to kill themselves that day.
Yeah. And Spencer makes a good point. She's like, well, maybe she just said those things to the doctor so that maybe she was like at peace with her decision if she was, you know, genuinely going to do that. And then he's like, no. So that's why he explains that he took the RV. And then Spencer promises to tell no one that she knows this.
The scene was so sad.
It was very
It was
sad.
because there's so much like death in this show. Like truly,
Yes.
it's like nothing. Who cares? They go to funerals all the time. But this one felt so like real. Of like, or just,
and they both acted the house down. Boots.
I think because so many of the deaths are, I don't want to say inconsequential because like Maya's like they do carry on, but I'm like, Emily, like the fact that these girls are like operating after Ali and Maya, like you do forget, whereas this one felt so like.
And then a lot of the deaths that follow up until this point have been like people that kind of deserve not death but some form of revenge.
To all of them. Meredith.
To all of them.
So that's that scene. And then
I couldn't watch this scene because I knew exactly what was going to happen.
yes. So is this like the swimming one? Yeah. And before the swim meet in the change room, Shana like ambushes Emily, comments on her shoulder. She's like, why do all your friends think I'm friends with Wilden? And then she's like, and I want that Stanford spot. That's like the Spark Notes. So now we're at the swimming montage. I love the swimming montages.
We're back.
I love
we
them.
belong. Swimming montage. But before that, we should say also that Emily has taken painkillers
She's taken painkillers.
that she got out of the goddamn medicine cabinet. I think, at her house. And she takes one, and then Shauna does this confrontation thing, and then she takes another one like within a minute because she spooks her a bit, and it's like that's not how painkillers work. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that. And then
So she's unwell.
It's
her point in the
loopy.
relay. She dives in, and then when she gets to the end of the lane, she like cracks her head open
She
or like
swims
bumps.
straight into the wall of the pool.
And there's like blood. Yeah,
She looks like she's like dead in the water.
Yeah. She like passes out, kind of.
Yeah, she basically, I think her vision gets woozy basically from.
And she's like, I couldn't
drug.
judge the depth of the distance.
Yeah.
Bad.
But
Especially when A didn't do it to you, Emily. Come on.
You did it to yourself, saving two little birds. Tweet. Tippy. Tweet. Tippy. Speaking of, Hannah has Tippy. And she says, we hear Tippy say two things, the song and hey, board shorts.
Miss me?
And miss me. Hey, board shorts, miss me. Interesting.
Board shorts.
That will become something later.
Hello.
Board shorts. Hello.
Remember board shorts.
Remember the phrase and the name, board shorts. Spencer basically is sitting there calling someone, I think on the phone to someone, and she is hearing the ringtone of her phone.
Yes.
And then is like, wait a second, Tippy, phone?
Yeah.
This is a phone number that Tippy is singing.
Yes.
We must decode.
Beep, 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 beep,
We
beep,
must
beep.
Paramore's Decode from the Twilight soundtrack.
It's a good song.
It is a good song. Then we're back to Aria's house and Jake appears. How does he know where she lives?
Rosewood is crazy.
Ugh.
It's crazy that I guess like maybe she listed it when she signed up for classes. We didn't see the registration. So maybe she like signed up. I don't
believe it.
know. But iconic line, he's like, maybe you're not comfortable with the whole student teacher thing. Or
And she's like, huh. So,
but he is like, I do.
Sorry.
You get just a young girl. So sorry.
Everyone. This is
PCD.
beep.
Sorry.
If your man always thinking about you.
Such a funny.
But you look at mama.
What was I saying? Oh, anyway, so Jake is like, no, I did like I came here because I thought you'd never come back to class because how embarrassment. But I do want to pursue something with you, but I would rather get a coffee or whatever. And she's like, I would like that.
I would like to get a coffee.
So that's
going to get a coffee. Then Emily tells Paige the truth about her shoulder and that it was A-related. And Paige is like, Mamma mia.
Why didn't you tell me? I don't know.
So what? She doesn't say that, but you know she feels it.
She's thinking pink.
She's thinking. She's pinking.
She's pinking.
She's pinking.
My next note is just in all caps, Tippy the bird is gone.
The girls trace Tippy's song to a phone number in the New York area code.
Yes.
Like, what the hell? New York State? And then they're like, let's go back to Tippy and record her song, even though Spencer's remembered it by heart, of course. Tippy gone.
Tippy gone.
Tippy
And
gone. They're
it's
like,
scary.
who released her from the cage? And Spencer's like, probably the same person that opened the window. Oh, she gone.
That was a cunty line. I liked that.
It was.
It was like
It was.
the same
It was
person that opened the
cuntini.
window.
My next note is Ashley Marin does something. I was not paying attention.
Ashley sips wine suspiciously. Here are my notes. Sorry. Ashley sips wine suspiciously. Yes, mama. She gets rid of her Manolos. Yes, queen, in all caps.
How did she get rid of them? What did she do?
It's a really good question. I think she starts like putting them in the Hessian sack again or like a garbage bag. And then she
Yes.
goes out to the back porch, but there's like someone watching her and I think she senses it. So she goes on to turn the light. She turns on the light, but the bulb burns out.
How
Which
did
is
I miss
scary.
all of this? And I just wrote she does
It was,
something.
and there was no talking. And then she still goes outside and throws away the muddy shoes. And that's it.
straight into the bin.
Binham. Oh, and that's the final scene.
Final scene, and then we have the A scene where, of course, A is
Making a nummy's meal.
making a yummy little like chicken dinner and then feeding it to Tippy, which is cannibalist and weird.
And it's a really tiny, small bird. So you think it is Tippy. Like it's like a very, like a crow or something.
Yeah.
Not the crow's small, but it's like for eating a bird, it's like, oh, it's a little bird.
like a pheasant,
Little bird.
little bird.
And
And that's the app.
then she shares it with Tippy. It's yucky.
It's yucky.
Disgusting. I just realized this is only for Ashley and anyone else who loves Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Slay.
But Emily hitting her head on the pool is very, I reckon you've gone crack. When Jackie describes to Janet that maybe she hit her head on a table because she was drunk.
in Mexico.
I reckon you've
gone crack.
It's just, anyway, and I can't believe I didn't make that reference at
And
the
you know what?
time.
It's also Emily hitting her shoulder. I
reckon you've gone crack. Emily's always gone crack. All right, that was fun. I think it's time to get into some segments.
Segments.
Head to
Go.
our Instagram called @adult to understand the context of these if you're tuning in today. And I'm so sorry if you are.
Thank you.
Welcome. Who is the hottest adult of this episode?
Is Jake an adult?
Yeah. I think so. Ashley Marin's back, so Ashley Marin, but Jake is just hot. Like I did find him attractive.
I'm going to say Ashley Marin because
Okay.
I hope he's underage if he's now kissing
True.
Aria, you know.
You say Ashley, I'll say Jake because then bisexuality is represented.
Important.
And that's really important for us. Yikes of the episode.
Tippy being fed a bird freaks me out a bit.
Yeah, true. Because I was going to be like the Toby stuff.
The Toby stuff. Alison holding her fucking breath.
Oh, no. It was that. Like
was that.
genuinely,
No.
that was deeply uncomfortable, that scene.
Yuck.
Who gets a buttercream from us, Datty Hastings?
Aria for getting self-defense classes.
Yeah, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Paige for wanting to get the fuck out of Rosewood.
Yeah.
Spencer for figuring out Tippy's song.
That's a big one.
And for believing in herself and wanting to tell her true story.
Spencer's like she's on the rise.
She's on the rise.
She's like getting back to her old self.
We love it.
And Tippy can have a buttercream if it's okay.
If
For
it's not going to
birds.
kill Tippy, have a buttercream.
There you go, Tippy. Who needs to wait for Noel Khan's crazy bread?
Emily with those painkillers.
And Aria for kissing Jake. Not that I can blame it all,
Oh,
but
man.
truly do not kiss your teachers.
Do
like
not.
they're paid to be there.
Yeah.
Like they're paid to be nice to you.
And also fucking Alison.
You're lucky that he does have the hots for you.
Yes. And Alison wait for fucking crazy bed being mean to
Oh.
fucking Toberky's mum.
Yes. And holding her breath. I keep forgetting Truly, I hated that so much.
Couldn't hate it more.
Couldn't hate it more. What gave us a hardcover? Look, the Jake and Aria scenes.
Jake.
Made me prum.
Jake.
And I like seeing Aria with someone mildly more appropriate. We
Age
hope.
appropriate. Yeah.
I was about to say at least not her teacher, but
Different kind.
it's a different kind. What gave us a soft cover?
Hold your breath.
Yeah, definitely. All the negative ones, all the negative segments, it's that.
Yeah, all that.
Who gets a wine from Byron? Definitely Ashley Marin, even though she's naughty girl.
Naughty girl.
She always gets a wine from Byron.
She gets a wine. She did have a wine. I hope she has another one from Byron. And I hope Spencer has a wine from Byron. She's sad about her essay.
Yes.
She's sad about not getting into UPenn. And I would like Tippy the bird if that. I think it definitely would kill Tippy. But I
if
want
Tippy wants it.
some kind of bird wine.
Have it.
Have it.
And line of the episode. I do think, speaking of freaks, where's your sister?
Literally
was-
the opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of
Just
freaks,
like,
where is Melissa?
Bang. So good.
Important.
And that's it.
Hayley, should we tell the
forgetting about
people? Should we remind them? No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you need to
Close your damn blinds.
blinds.
Shut them.
shut them.
Shut them.
Because you don't know if someone's out there training a bird to sing your phone number. Ooh.
Why doesn't Tippy like, oh my God, Tippy's
Tippy.
slaying.
The T in Tippy stands for T-Pain.
Where's the T-Pain cameo in PLL? I love T-Pain.
More like T-Pleasure. Love you, Hayley.
I love you.
Love you, everyone listening.
I love you all.
Goodbye.
We'll see you next week if you're on the Patreon, and see you in a fortnight.
Otherwise.
In our normal access episodes. We'll think of a better way to phrase that.
Love you.
Never. Bye.
Tobacco. Friends, before you go, we just have to tell you, we both have Melbourne International Comedy Festival shows coming up very soon that we would like to plug.
So I'm directing a show. It is called Oh Happy Gay by the group Mr. Act, which is 3 wonderful queer comedians. And it's just a really funny sketch show. You can head to the Comedy Festival website, type Oh Happy Gay, and you'll find them.
And I have my 3rd hour of comedy, but it is my first ever hour of stand-up. Ooh, called Restless, which will be available in person in Melbourne or online, live streamed. So if you're a listener, most of our listeners are not from Australia. Anywhere in the world, you can watch it at home. It'll only be available to watch online between the 2nd of April and I think the 21st of April of 2024. So get your ticket to watch the live stream. It's going to be so much fun. And if you're in Melbourne, come along to see it. Come to the filming of the live stream on April 2nd at Stupid Old Studios, or go to the Comedy Festival website, look up my name, Ashley Up or Restless, and you'll see all the details. Would love to see you there. It's going to be so much fun.
You gotta go. It's
You
good.
gotta come.
I'm not biased.
And you know what? If you come in person, Restless is right before Oh Happy Gay. You could do a double feature.
Double feature.
Double feature. Hope to see you there, friends.
Mwah.
Beautiful listeners, if you didn't know, we actually have a Patreon, which we call the Dollhouse. So come hang out in our Dollhouse.
We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to watch this episode and other episodes, head to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And you can find all updates at our Instagram or look in the episode show notes.
We love ya.
We love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, shut your damn blinds! See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, shut your damn blinds! See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.